The film opens with the view of train tracks, and the screen shows the year, 1968. Paul has planned something special. He surprises Iris with a sky view restaurant that he designed himself. Iris is thrilled. To promote the restaurant, a photo is taken of the couple with the tower in the backdrop. They soon step inside the restaurant. The flooring is made entirely of glass, offering a breathtaking view beneath their feet. In the center, there's a live kitchen, and the place is alive with music, lights, and celebration. As the party continues, Iris gently places a rose in Paul's jacket pocket, but a thorn pricks her finger, causing her to bleed. Moments later, she starts to feel nauseous and rushes to the side to vomit. The singer performing at the event watches this unfold and instantly realizes this is more than just motion sickness. She asks Iris if she's pregnant. To her own surprise, Iris hadn't known until that very moment. Despite the sudden discovery, Iris is overjoyed. Her eyes drift toward the singer's young son nearby, and for reasons she can't explain, she feels a strange emotional connection to the child. Soon after, Paul takes her up to the restaurant's terrace to show her the skyline, and it's there that he gets down on one knee and proposes. Iris, full of excitement, says yes and shares her big news. They're going to be parents. Paul is overjoyed. Back on the terrace, the singer's mischievous son is also present. He drops a coin from the top, and instead of falling straight to the ground, the coin gets sucked into an outdoor AC unit due to its vacuum pressure. Meanwhile, back inside, guests are dancing and enjoying the party when the restaurant's glass floor begins to tremble. The coin, caught spinning inside the AC duct, disturbs the airflow near the fan, and moments later, disaster strikes. The glass floor gives way. Guests plunge downward in a horrifying collapse. Paul tries to hold on, gripping a sharp piece of glass that cuts into his hands. Despite his effort, he loses his grip and falls to his death. Iris, fortunately, is standing on one of the remaining stable sections of the floor. She survives the collapse. That same spinning coin, now propelled further through the duct, crashes into a gas pipe. A leak begins, and in moments, the live kitchen above bursts into flames. The singer, trapped in the chaos, loses her life in the fire. Iris, in desperation, hides under a piano, shielding herself from the spreading blaze. Searching for an escape, she runs to the elevator, which is already packed with people. Just as the lift prepares to descend, tragedy strikes again. Someone slips underneath it, and the man is crushed. The elevator got damaged beyond control, crashing down, and everyone inside it lost their lives. When she returned to the restaurant above, she saw something terrifying. Half of the structure had tilted dangerously to one side. Inside, people were frantically trying to escape. Strangely, it was a single piano holding up the entire tilted section, maintaining its fragile balance. Then, the same coin that had been spinning in the duct came loose and dropped right onto the piano. That one coin was enough to shift everything. The balance broke, and the entire tilted section collapsed, killing everyone inside. Iris also saw the son of the singer she had previously caught. Determined to save him, she reached out, but the ground beneath him gave way. To hold on, she placed her ring between two iron rods, trying to keep herself from falling, but her hand got wounded and the ring slipped. And just like that, Iris and the child fell. Both lost their lives. Suddenly, a girl screamed, jolting us back to reality. We learned that everything we just saw was a hallucination experienced by a girl named Stefani. She was sitting in her classroom, and her scream had disrupted the entire class. When her professor questioned her, Stefani admitted that she often had such visions, haunting and disturbing. At night, too, she would wake up screaming after nightmares that felt far too real. Concerned, her roommate advised her to talk to her family about what she was experiencing. Following that advice, Stefani went back home. She met her father and her younger brother, with whom she shared a close bond. Together, they visited their uncle, her mother's brother. Stefani had a great connection with her cousins and was enjoying the visit when she brought up her grandmother, Iris. That's when things took a turn. Her uncle grew visibly upset and told her that Iris was dead to them. He explained that Iris had lost her mind, abandoned the family, and gone to live alone on an island. She never came back, not even once. Her absence, he said, affected her daughter deeply, Stefani's mother, who eventually left them as well. The moment Stefani saw the picture, she froze. That restaurant, the people, the collapse. It was all from her visions. The photo confirmed it wasn't just imagination. Determined to find answers, she set out for the isolated island where Iris had once gone. There, she found a house in ruins. Through the security camera, Stefani introduced herself. Iris, recognizing her, invited her in. Overwhelmed with emotion, Iris asked about Stefani's mother. Stefani shared that her mother had left them when they were very young. Then she opened up about her visions, how she kept seeing Iris and Paul in front of the Skyview restaurant, reliving the tragedy night after night. To Stefani's shock, Iris responded calmly, "I used to see those same visions too." She revealed that it was because of those visions she had managed to save lives during the Skyview disaster. She had noticed a child playing with a coin, the same coin that ultimately caused the collapse. That day, she took the coin from him, and when she saw the floor cracking in her vision, she warned people through the microphone just in time. Thanks to her, many left the area before the collapse, and their lives were saved. Stefani, stunned, asked, "You saved them all that day?" Iris nodded. "Yes, I tricked Death, but Death doesn't like to be cheated." What followed was chilling. Iris explained that after the incident, Death began chasing those who were saved. One by one, people who should have died that day began to die under mysterious circumstances. It didn't stop there. Even their children, those who were only born because their parents survived, became targets. If the parents had died that day, those children would never have existed. Death was correcting what it believed to be a mistake. It hunted them all relentlessly. Even Paul, she said, eventually died of cancer. And in that moment, Iris realized she was next. "I came here and hid to deceive Death," Iris told Stefani, "because if I die, Death won't stop with me. It will come for your mother, her brother, her children, and even you and your brother. But as long as I'm alive, you're all safe." Stefani, confused and anxious, asked, "Then why am I seeing these visions?" Iris answered gravely, "Because now Death has found us." Stefani was shaken. Sensing her fear, Iris handed her a book. Inside were the names and stories of the survivors from that tragic day, how each one died later, and how some managed to cheat Death, at least for a while. But Stefani dismissed it all as nonsense. She refused the book and told Iris she'd come back to visit again. With that, she left. What Stefani didn't expect was that Iris, who hadn't stepped out of her cabin in years, would finally face Death head-on to protect her children. Iris ran outside after her and forced the book into Stefani's hands. "Death is coming for you now," she warned. "Use this book if you want to survive." Still doubtful, Stefani stared at her. Iris simply said, "Then watch me die." Just then, a gas leak started nearby. One thing led to another, like a domino effect, and a sharp object, disturbed by the sequence of events, flew into Iris's face and fatally stabbed her from behind. Iris collapsed, lifeless. Now terrified, Stefani began to take Iris's warnings seriously. 2 days later, Iris's funeral took place. Stefani's mother was there too, and suddenly, Stefani understood. If Death was following the same path, her mother might be next. Determined to stop it, Stefani opened the book Iris had given her. Inside, it was also the very same coin Iris had once used to protect people during the accident in the tower. Now aware of everything, Stefani tried to call her family to warn them, but no one was picking up. Meanwhile, her family was enjoying a party, unaware that Death's game had already begun. A glass shattered, and a shard slipped into a bucket of ice. Everyone at the party was scooping ice from it. One piece landed in Stefani's uncle's drink. He set the glass aside and walked away. Everything in the room seemed to shift subtly, as though being moved by an invisible hand. Then it happened. The glass slipped from his hand, and the shard pierced his foot. He screamed and stumbled backward. The vibration of his fall caused a nearby tool to drop onto a lawnmower, which started on its own. In a flash, the machine surged forward and gruesomely crushed the uncle's face. The brutal death sent waves of horror through everyone. Stefani, trembling with fear, tried to explain what was happening. She told her family how Death had started targeting everyone who survived the tower collapse. Iris had tried to stop it, but one by one, the survivors and even their families were dying. She explained, Iris was the first to die, then her eldest son. Now, after her uncle's tragic death, the next target would be her cousin, his daughter. After that, her mother. And finally, Stefani herself. Only Stefani's mother stood by her. But despite this, Stefani wasn't treating her mother kindly, distancing herself even when she needed her most. Elsewhere, the uncle's eldest son was working at his piercing shop. He finished his day, closed up, and got a tattoo in memory of his father. He was wearing a nose ring at the time. Suddenly, a fan above him switched on. A magnetic chain near the fan latched onto his piercing, yanking him toward the spinning chain. He dangled and struggled. Below him, spilled kerosene awaited. His lighter sparked a fire. He managed to free himself from the chain, but he crashed into the flames below. The entire shop went up in fire. As soon as Stefani heard about the fire, she rushed to find him at sunrise. But to her surprise, he appeared in front of her car, apparently unharmed, except for a minor burn on his arm. They joked around. A speeding truck passed frighteningly close, but didn't touch him. He laughed it off, saying, "See? I told you nothing's going to happen to me." But Stefani wasn't listening to his words. She was observing everything around them, every little detail that could pose a threat. A garbage truck passed nearby and she warned him to stay away, but he ran up to it and hugged it playfully. Again, nothing happened. He smirked. "You're overthinking this." Then, his sister went for a walk. She accidentally kicked a ball, lost her balance, and stumbled into a garbage bin, just as the garbage collectors were about to empty it into their truck. Stefani and the others saw this unfold in real time. The three of them rushed toward the truck, trying desperately to stop it. Without a second thought for her own safety, Stefani climbs onto the garbage truck, desperately trying to save the girl. But it's too late. The crushing mechanism inside is already in motion. Tragically, the girl's body is destroyed, leaving only her hand in Stefani's grip. Everyone is devastated by her death. Stefani's brother turns to her and says, "You were right." But in that moment, Stefani finds no comfort in being right. Her mind is haunted by a thought. It should have been the girl's brother who died instead. That's when their aunt reveals a shocking truth. The boy wasn't actually the biological son of Stefani's uncle. Because of this, fate didn't choose him, but the girl, who was the real daughter, became the victim instead. Stefani is stunned. Now, the others begin to believe her. The girl's younger brother, shaken and terrified, says to Stefani, "That means it's my turn now. I don't want to die. Will you help me?" Stefani wants to help, but admits she doesn't know what comes next. Her brother reminds her, "You figured it out once. You'll figure it out again. Just pay attention to what's around you." That's when she recalls something Iris once told her. There was a boy who survived back then, someone who managed to trick death. He still works at a hospital. Determined, the group seeks him out. When they arrive and call out the name JD, he's startled. Only Iris used to call him that. They ask how he knows her, and he explains, "During the tower incident, I was there. I'm the singer's son." The moment triggers Stefani's memory. She recognizes him, and the vision becomes clearer. JD shares that Iris once came to him seeking help. She was desperate to save her husband, Paul. Despite all efforts, Paul couldn't be saved. Stefani asks, "Has anyone actually escaped death?" JD nods. "Yes, but not in the way you're thinking. Death claimed them first, but they were revived by doctors or someone else. After that, death stopped chasing them." She pleads for his help, but he refuses. "I've already cheated death once, but now I'm dying from cancer. We all die eventually. That's just how it is. The best we can do is enjoy the time we have left." Just as hope fades, one of the group gets an idea. The younger brother has a severe peanut allergy. If they could trigger an allergic reaction and then save him just in time, maybe they could reset Death's design. He rushes to the vending machine to get peanut candy, but the machine doesn't work. Impatient, he tries to force it open manually, accidentally loosening a screw. Later, they hide in a hospital room. He tells his brother to wait while he fetches the anti-allergy shot. Before leaving, he shuts the door behind him, but some buttons are triggered in the process, activating an MRI machine nearby. When he returns with a wheelchair and injector, he encourages his brother to eat the chocolate peanut. Just as they prepare to execute their plan, the MRI machine turns on. The machine's strong magnetic pull begins dragging all metal objects. Stefani's older cousin, who has metal piercings, is pulled violently toward the machine, along with the wheelchair. Unable to resist the force, he's pulled in and killed instantly. The younger brother, in the middle of an allergic reaction, injects himself, and recovers. But just then, the loosened spring from the vending machine launches across the room, ricocheting from wall to wall before striking him fatally. Death caught up with him after all. The tragedy leaves everyone grieving. Stefani then warns her mom that she might be next. She suggests that her mom stay at the old house where Iris once lived, believing it might be safer. Her mother agrees. As they prepare to leave, a coin slips from a book Stefani's holding. An old woman picks it up and puts it in her purse. Stefani accompanies her mother and brother to the grandmother's house. Her mom is visibly anxious for her children. Stefani reassures her, "As long as you're alive, nothing can happen to us." She and her brother send their mom inside, but unknown to them, the house has a gas leak and a nearby electrical spark. Although Stefani's mom notices the gas smell, she dismisses it and enters. Moments later, a massive explosion occurs. The blast pushes Stefani's car into the water. Her mom perishes in the fire, while her brother, thrown to the ground, sees a tower about to collapse on him. Suddenly, his mother appears and pushes him out of harm's way, but the tower falls on her, killing her. The boy realizes with horror, it's now Stefani's turn. He dives into the water to save her. Pulling her from the wreck, he finds her unresponsive. He performs CPR, and miraculously, she comes back to life. She had died, but returned. They celebrate her survival, but their hearts are heavy from all they've lost. Time passes, and life begins to return to normal. It's Charlie's graduation day. As he gets ready, Stefani lovingly places a rose in his pocket, but a thorn pricks her finger, drawing blood. Just like Iris's hand at the beginning, Stefani goes still. She realizes the cycle isn't over. Death is coming again. Meanwhile, the coin that Iris once saved and that now belonged to the old lady falls from her purse onto a train track, just like before. It lands right at the railway junction, possibly causing damage. Back with Stefani and Charlie, a neighbor, also a doctor, visits them. He tells Stefani, "Your brother told me about everything. You're incredibly lucky to be alive." Stefani replies, "Yes, I came back from death." But the doctor gently corrects her. "No, you never actually died. If someone stops breathing for 5 minutes, they're considered dead. You were only out for 2. You were unconscious, not dead." That realization hits them like a shock. Stefani looks around and starts to sense death all over again, in everything. But this time, death isn't quiet. The train that went off the damaged track now hurtles toward their neighborhood. There's no time to stop it. As Stefani and her brother run for their lives, the train finally halts, but not before it sends splintered wood flying in every direction. The sharp debris impales them both. In the end, they couldn't escape their fate. The movie closes with a chilling reminder. No matter how far we run, death eventually catches up. It's the one destiny no one can escape.